Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rosana and today we are making frijoles charros, or I guess you could call them cowboy beans. That sounds really cute, doesn't it? Regardless of the name or the translation, this festive hearty soup is gonna win your heart over and you're gonna wanna make this any time of the year. So let me show you how to make them. Frijoles Charros are named after the famous and traditional Mexican cowboy horsemen called charros. To start, we need to cook the beans. Rinse and drain 1 pound of pinto beans and add to a large pot. Next, add in half of a medium white onion and 6 peeled garlic cloves. Pour in 12 cups of water and lightly season with 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. When that's done, they are ready to be cooked and you know the drill. Transfer to the stove and over medium-high heat, bring to a boil. Once boiling, lower to medium-low and let it reach a low simmer. Then cover and let the beans cook for roughly 1.5 hours or until the beans are tender and fully cooked through. While that cooks, we have plenty of time to prep our ingredients. We are starting with the ham. Go ahead and dice 6 ounces of it. First, slice into strips and then across. You will end up with these bite-sized squares. Now slice 5 strips of bacon into bite-sized pieces. I'm slicing across for short strips. Next, slice 4 beef franks into bite-sized rounds. We are also going to need 12 ounces of beef or pork chorizo. My favorite to use is always pork, but you have the option to use beef. Remove the casing and break apart, then transfer to a bowl. Apart from the different types of meat, we are adding vegetables as well. Start by mincing 3 garlic cloves. Dice half of a medium white onion and also dice 10 ounces of red meaty Roma tomatoes. The next ingredient is optional. I'm incorporating 1 serrano pepper. I sliced it in half lengthwise and then across. When adding peppers, keep in mind chorizo does have a bit of a kick to it already. The spicy level can vary between brands, but if you're like me and have a higher tolerance for spicy food, you can definitely add this awesome ingredient. Next, roughly chop half a bunch of fresh cilantro. Our prep is done and so are the beans. Let's take a look. Nice and tender, just how we want them. At this point, remove 1 cup of the beans and 1 cup of the broth. Transfer both to a blender and puree until smooth. When done, set to the side until we need them. But now it is time to finish these charro beans. So let's head back to the stove. Place a large pot over medium heat and add the bacon. We won't need to add oil since the bacon will render the fat we need. Allow it to slightly brown and then transfer the bacon to a plate. As you can see, it has released its fat and it's way more than I'm going to need. If this is the case for you as well, remove most of it and leave just enough to thinly coat the bottom of the pan. Then brown the franks. These may also release some fat. Go ahead and remove if needed. If you leave all the fat, you will end up with very greasy charro beans because it does accumulate and rise to the surface. Now stir in the ham. Just keep in mind it does tend to soak up most of that fat when added, so make sure you remove any excess before adding the ham. Just the tip. Once the ham is hot and has slightly browned, remove both the ham and the franks. Oh, look at that browning. This is flavor in all of its glory. Okay, now it's time to cook the chorizo. Add it in there, and if it needs to be broken up a little bit more, you can do so with a spoon or tongs. As mentioned previously, when it comes to chorizo, the spicy level, flavor, and amount of fat it releases can vary depending on the brand. This one did not release a lot of fat, and that's fine. But if yours does, you know what to do. Remove it like we've been doing. The chorizo is cooked. Now stir in the diced onion. When they have slightly softened, add in the minced garlic, serrano pepper, and mix everything in for about a minute or so. Then add in the tomatoes and get them nice and mixed in as well. Most of the ingredients we have cooked are seasoned and contain salt. This is why we will be adding salt until the end. When they have started to release their juices, dump in all of the meats we had previously browned and keep combining, keep stirring, and while you're at it, have fun with it. The time has come. Remove the onion and garlic from the beans and incorporate both the beans and broth in with the remainder of the ingredients already in the pot. Also pour in the previously blended ones and add half a cup of water to the blender. Swirl it to get the last bit of bean paste and pour it into the pot. Let it reach a simmer, then add the chopped cilantro, stir, and close the pot. On a medium-low heat, allow it to simmer for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, taste and add salt if needed. This one's good, I won't be adding more. At this point, it is ready to serve. Frijoles charros are incredibly delicious. They are typically served warm in a bowl and on the side of a main dish. They are widely popular at parties, carne asada events, or whenever craved. Learn to make them and they will become the center of conversation. It smells amazing and it looks so good. I already want to taste this because it really reminds me of all of our special occasions, carne asadas, events that we have with family, because we always ask for frijoles charros. They're a must. So let's dig in. Let me bring it up here. We want to get everything in there. So good. It's hearty, nice and warm. The perfect comfort food. Guys, you have to try this recipe. It is so delicious. You can make it for the holidays, any special event that you may be having, a birthday, you name it. This has to be present. It is delicious. All right, I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and click the notification bell. You can also follow me on all of my social media platforms. Until the next one.